Okay, Black Panther. How did it do? Well, pretty good. 330 million global. Edge's original picks overseas bow with 150 million international box office. However, I don't think that that's a fair comparison when you consider inflation. Now, I'm not saying that the movie did bad. In fact, it did quite well, but I don't think it's fair to compare it to the original without adjusting it for inflation, which has been pretty crazy this year. I don't think that's a fair comparison. The movie still did pretty good. It's beating Doctor Strange 2 handedly, even if you were to adjust that for inflation this year. So the highest movie next to Top Gun, don't see it beating Top Gun. I still think this movie makes $800 million. Maybe it goes more, but my prediction has been $800 million for this movie. But here's the Sunday update. Disney's Marvel's Black Panther Wakanda Forever has left out of the gate with a $330 million global bow. Of that, $180 million is from domestic and $150 million from the international box office. Worldwide, in like for likes, the $330 million weekend reps the third highest start for any Hollywood title during the pandemic era. All the MCU films. Does that beat Spider-Man? Well, technically it's a Sony movie, but still it is an MCU movie. Spider-Man is... I don't see it beating Spider-Man's box office. As well as the second biggest global opening of 2022 to date. Also in global terms, BP2 is running 5% behind the original Black Panther, which had the benefit of President Days and Lunar New Year holidays, and 80% ahead of Thor, Love and Thunder, which released in summer. Overseas, $150 million marks the fifth highest international opening weekend posted by any Hollywood film in the pandemic era. 4 of them are MCU releases. It is also the 12th highest MCU opening weekend of all time. But like I said, 5% behind the original Black Panther. Wouldn't it technically be more than that? Because 5%, you're saying that based on these numbers like they weren't adjusted for inflation. So it's really lagging a little bit more behind the original Black Panther if you were to adjust it. I'm not saying it didn't make a lot of money. I never said it wasn't going to make a lot of money, to be honest, and to be fair and to be real. But I think it should be, when you're going to compare it to a movie that came out when that movie came out, I can't remember the exact date when the original Black Panther came out, you should adjust it for inflation here because we've had record inflation this year. So $330 million isn't what it was when the original Black Panther came out. So if we're going to have these conversations, we should really be adjusting it. Anyway, let's go back to Disney and let's talk about Depp. So, Pirates of the Caribbean. Originally, the plans to move forward with whatever number it is for Johnny Depp's, what is it, Pirates of the Caribbean 6 it would have been, or 5? I don't remember. I don't remember how many there are. But Disney's like, we're not going to do another one. We're going to move forward. We're going to do an all-female Pirates, because that makes sense. That's exactly what I'm sure everybody was clamoring for. And we're going to bring in Margot Robbie, and she's going to play Red, the pirate from the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney. And that's where the future of the franchise is. And that's what they were going to do. Well, it looks like that's canceled. So this is from an interview with Vanity Fair, November 14th. So this just dropped today. And Margot Robbie, who still looks fantastic, beautiful woman, she had this to say in her interview. Robbie and her husband are now moving into a new home in L.A. They also have a place in London, and on top of the 5 films she's producing, she's readying Barbie for next summer. Robbie's also in pre-production on an Ocean's 11 prequel that she'll star in and produce. Another franchise spinoff she'd been attached to is a Pirates of the Caribbean film. And it's dead, she tells me. We had an idea, and we were developing it for a while, ages ago, to have more of a female-led, but not totally female-led, but just a different kind of story, which we thought would have been really cool. But I guess they don't want to do it, she says, of Disney. So, smart move, Disney. Now, the original idea was to do this movie and a movie about Depp's Jack Sparrow. But, of course, we all know how that ended. And they ended up wanting to move forward with this. And there was also rumors that they were going to do this and have Depp cameo at the end, which would lead to him teaming up with these pirates. I don't know. All I know is this is actually a smart move for Disney because no one wants to see a Pirates of the Caribbean film without Johnny Depp. Or at least one where he hands off the torch. Like, that what would fly a little bit better, but just doing, like, this new thing, I don't know. Personally, I don't think we need any more. The last one had a definitive ending. Jack sailing off on the Pearl, finally. I really do think that was a fine ending. We don't really need any more. But with the way everything has went, the bad taste in everybody's mouth with Disney and Pirates and the way that Depp was treated, I just don't see I don't see that movie doing well. I really don't, especially this. And you're just going to launch forward with this new plan. Sounds woke. I'm going to be honest. She's saying not totally female-led, which means what? They would have had some dude that's on the boat cleaning up the shit being the joke. Kind of sounds like Ghostbusters 2016 all over again. That's what this would have been. And it would have been more so in comparison with the fact that Depp, because of what happened with Depp and stuff, it would have been awful. And I don't think it would have been so much Margot Robbie's fault, but still, it's smart. It's better for her not to do that movie. So now she's got these other movies coming out that I'm sure will do a lot better. Especially that Barbie movie, which looks really interesting. I'm kind of curious if that movie will be any good or not. She looks really hot in it too, by the way. But that's kind of the update for this. There's actually been quite a bit going on with the Depp situation. He appeared in some thing that Rihanna does. I don't know what that is. It's some annual thing she does. He had like a 30-second spot in it, but people are mad about that because how dare she give him a platform? If anybody knows about struggles with some pretty crappy men, I'm pretty sure Rihanna knows. And that's probably why she supports him, because she could smell AH's bullshit a mile away. So it's kind of effed up that they're coming after her for this. She could smell AH's bullshit. That's why she had him on the show that she did. But anyway, the funniest update was actually with AH herself, because she's playing this weird game where she's living in Spain now. And she's trying to say that she's homeless and not an American citizen to get out of like an appeal with her insurance companies to pay Depp. It's a really weird situation and pathetic, and it's not going to work. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.